Step into the world of an agile hunter of Africa, where tufted ears cue stealth in open plains and powerful leaps reveal a secret life. Across habitats and seasons, it adapts, hunts, and raises cubs, with a surprising final fact about birth that will change how you view this cat. Origin and identity blend on Africa's open plains, where stealth, speed, and keen senses define daily life. The cat's size, tufted ears, and agile limbs point to a lineage shaped by chasing small prey across varied terrain. Fun fact: those dramatic tufts help break the silhouette in grass. Habitat isn't just geography, it's a living stage. In dry savannas and scrubby woodlands, it times hunts to crepuscular hours, balancing heat with opportunity. The landscape shapes stealthy ambushes and swift chases. Fun fact: tall grasses become perfect camouflage for a patient stock. Sound becomes a guiding sense as ears scan the landscape. The long tufts and highly mobile ears catch whispers of movement across rocks and grasses, while signaling intentions to others. Fun fact: tufts may assist in wind direction sensing during hunts and encounters. Birds are caught mid-dive by a sudden spring from cover. The hunter blends patience with explosive power, timing a leap to intercept prey in the air. Fun fact: it can spring several meters upward to snatch birds on the wing. Athletic power reshapes the hunt. A single, precise leap can clear surprising height as it closes in on elusive prey. The body's mechanics, strong hind limbs and flexible spine, make those dramatic escapes and catches possible. Fun fact: a leap can clear several meters in a single bound. Diet mirrors opportunity. A broad menu of small mammals, birds, and occasional larger catches when needed. The flexibility supports survival through seasons, droughts, and shifting prey availability. Fun fact: this agility in hunting choices helps it endure diverse environments. Reproduction unfolds over roughly 10 weeks of gestation, yielding 2 to 3 curious cubs. The newborns depend on the mother's guidance as she teaches them to stalk, pounce, and survive. Fun fact: cubs are born blind and rely on instinctual progress to grow. Cubs emerge gradually from their den, eyes opening after several days and paws learning to land stably. Through play they master stalking, pouncing, and the social cues of the wild. Fun fact: playful training accelerates hunting readiness as early as a few weeks old. Dispersal marks a turning point. Juveniles leave the maternal home range and seek their own territories. This transition often happens around 1 year, balancing learning with the need for independence. Fun fact: dispersal increases genetic diversity and ecosystem resilience. Cubs face danger from larger predators and opportunistic birds. Adults have fewer threats, but human activity looms large. The mother's vigilance is intense, guarding from dawn to dusk as she teaches essential survival skills. Fun fact: maternal care can be a continuous, round-the-clock effort. Territorial life relies on marked scent trails and distinct vocal signals that declare ownership and boundaries. In expansive habitats, these cues keep neighbors at bay and reduce constant confrontations. Fun fact: scent markings convey both strength and invitation to respect space. Communication thrives in silence and sound. A mix of purrs, chirps, and low growls conveys mood, intent, and warning during hunts and training. Fun fact: a broad vocal range enhances coordination in low-visibility environments. Camouflage is a vital tool. The tawny coat blends with grasses, rocks, and shadows, allowing stealthy ambushes. As conditions shift with seasons, subtle color changes help maintain concealment. Fun fact: coat tone can shift subtly to blend with surroundings. Body mechanics provide graceful, athletic movement. Strong hind limbs, a flexible spine, and cushioned paws enable rapid accelerations and accurate landings on rocky ground. Fun fact: the hind feet grip during landing to stabilize after dynamic leaps. Water needs are met through prey when available, reducing the necessity of standing pools in hot, arid zones. This adaptability supports survival across diverse environments. Fun fact: moisture from prey helps it stay hydrated with less direct drinking. Across Africa, the range spans deserts to woodlands, adapting to local prey and cover. The size of a territory shifts with resource abundance, making some individuals fiercely territorial while others roam more freely. Fun fact: range size can vary dramatically by landscape and season. Even in solitude, cubs learn through close observation within the den. The mother's guidance teaches stalking, pouncing, and safe denning. Fun fact: play acts as training, sharpening hunting skills long before full independence. Hunting blends slow, careful stalking with sudden, high-speed bursts. The animal reads terrain, using rocks and brush for concealment, then accelerates to close on prey with precision. Fun fact: rapid switch between modes showcases remarkable behavioral versatility. Cubs face threats from a range of predators, while adults rely on agility and vigilance to deter interference. The den becomes a fortress of scent and sound, with the mother issuing warnings as needed. Fun fact: vocal alerts help alert kits and siblings to danger. Conservation status reflects regional outcomes, with habitat loss and conflict affecting many populations. Protected areas and community-driven coexistence efforts offer pathways to sustain local populations while maintaining ecosystem balance. Fun fact: targeted protection and education can slow declines. In the wild, many reach a decade or more with careful territory use and skillful hunting. Captivity extends lifespan due to stable food and absence of major threats. Fun fact: veterans rely on learned routes and reliable water sources to endure. The hunter uses both ground stealth and occasional treetop vantage points. Climbing helps manage heat and uncover unseen prey, turning trees into extended hunting grounds. Fun fact: elevated positions can reveal birds or rodents otherwise hidden on the ground. Cubs face a precarious early life where food abundance and weather determine survival odds. The mother's constant care and teaching during these weeks shape the future resilience of the litter. Fun fact: early parental investment is pivotal for long-term success. In arid zones, water can be a constraint, so animals learn to maximize moisture from prey and time their movements around scarce water sources. Fun fact: seasonal shifts push travel toward ephemeral water bodies that briefly bloom with life. Solitary by default, adults cross paths mainly for mating or resource decisions. Most encounters are brief, with a focus on marking, signaling, and moving on to reduce the risk of injury. Fun fact: long stretches of solitary life minimize energy loss in harsh habitats. Across cultures, the hunter's image appears in folklore as a symbol of grace and strength. The stories reflect a recognition of its stealth, agility, and the balance it maintains in the ecosystem. Fun fact: cultural depictions celebrate its hunting finesse. Scent boundaries are a normal part of territory care. Urine and scent markings travel on the breeze, serving as constant reminders to rivals and neighbors about who controls which patch of ground. Fun fact: keen noses detect these cues far beyond eyesight. To survive high heat, it hides in shade and rests during peak sun, resuming activity at cooler dawn and dusk. This pattern preserves energy for ambushes and rapid pursuit when prey is most active. Fun fact: short midday breaks conserve energy for crucial hunts. Even when solitary, a network of nearby mothers can provide a protective context. Shared den sites and cooperative vigilance improve cub safety during vulnerable periods, while each mother maintains her own territory. Fun fact: temporary cooperation raises survival odds for the young. Across shifting landscapes, it shows remarkable resilience. By adjusting hunting strategies to prey and climate, the cat thrives where others struggle. Fun fact: flexibility, combining stealth, sprint, and opportunism, drives its enduring success. We've explored the Caracal's origin, habitats, birth, and bold hunting life. From Africa's grasses to dusk hunts, its adaptability shines. A final insight: its birth stories remind us how nature equips the young for a wild, resilient life.